everyone, it's Deb with iClimb, and we're going to do more loading today, but we're going to add on what we've already done. So if you've not done the basic loading, you need to go to that first to make sure you have integrity there, and that's gotten at least a little bit easier because now we're going to add some other things here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with that basic loading again. So this time I'm going to start with my left foot. And a lot of people have trouble up and down stairs. Sometimes the problem is in the hip flexor because it's weak, and that's usually because you're using rotation to get there instead of the hip flexors. So we can practice that. Again, you can hold on to the wall, you can hold on to the banister, whatever, and all you're going to do is you're going to step and you're going to lift. Now, you can see that I've got a balance factor in here, so this is a good one to practice balance. Some of you will end up here. That foot, that knee, that hip and shoulder need to all stay in the same line as you lift the knee. And then I'm going to step back down. This time I'm going to alternate. Again, you can do whatever you're comfortable with. So I'm going to step right, and I'm going to lift the knee. Again, I'm not leaning. My foot, my knee, my hip is all in alignment with each other, and I'm going to step back down. And I'm alternating. So I'm going to step left. I'm going to lift right. See my left hand? Again, this is gait pattern. Torso is upright. Step down, down. Again, engaging the hip flexor, working on a little balance. If that's too much, start with just a tap and hold the foot there. If you need to put it down, you can. Where there's a will, there's a way. No getting out of it, just we can figure out a way to modify it to make it work for you. So if lifting is too much and you've got too much of a balance issue, let's go to the tap, get your balance, lift the foot, and go from there. Then we can work on raising it up a little bit higher. So you're just going to alternate. Again, modify to where you can handle it as long as form and technique are there. Form and technique are everything because form follows function. If I can't do this in standing and keep everything in alignment, I'll never do it in gait or in movement. That's why you've got to re-educate everything to line up according to where you need it. And again, you can do same side, you can alternate. You already saw me alternate, but we're going to start with the hip flexor addition here. Pause. Again, integrity here. Alignment, core, this is core. Getting that foot, knee, hip in line, and alternate there. All right, sideways. So what we're going to do here, there's a couple of different things that we can do. So we've already done the loading, but now what we're going to do is we're going to step a little wider. So what that means is when you step wider, you're going to engage more lateral hip. Again, where a lot of you are weak. If you notice my feet are facing forward, pay attention to where your feet are. Some of you will be here, some of you will be back here. What that says is my hips are in rotation. They need to be across from each other and feet facing forward. All right, so I'm going to start with both feet here. I'm going to step wide, and then I'm going to squat. So when I squat, I want to start with low abdominals. I'm not going to pull my hips under. This is not a squat. I start with low abdominals, push my hips behind me so that my weight is in my heels. That's where you belong. See, my back is not pulled under. There's a curve here. It belongs here. So I'm going to start on top. And if you're doing this on a set of steps at home, clearly you're going to end up facing sideways, all right? So you're going to start on top. I'm going to step wide. Use low abdominals. Chest up, looking forward, not down. And I'm going to squat. As low as my body will let me. My weight's in my heels. You can see I can pull my toe up, push off, and go again. Squat, and push off, and squat, and push off. So a lot of you that are weak here, this is not going to be easy because there's a lot, as you can see, I'm pushing off, but in order to bring that leg in, I've got to use that adductor. Step, squat, and up. If you need to break it down, step first, make your corrections, then go into your squat, push off, step, check your position, low abdominals first, look straight ahead, back is flat, step up, step down, squat, and up, and squat, and up, and squat. And always periodically check your feet to make sure they're facing forward. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do a side leg lift. So you're going to start, same thing here. And again, this one's going to be for balance as well. So I'm going to step onto that. If you need to step here first, do so. You're going to load, side load, and then you're going to lift that other leg. If you notice, my foot position is straight ahead. It's not turned out. If I turn that foot out, now I don't have the right muscles engaging to bring that leg where I want it. I don't want my quad to be a primary mover. The quad is engaged because the leg is straight. The lateral hip is where I want to focus, and that toe needs to be straight ahead when I do that. So I'm going to start on top of the step. Again, if you're on a set of stairs, you'll want to be on the bottom step facing sideways. And so I'm going to come up, I'm going to lift. If you need to hold on, hold on. My suggestion to help engage the torso is to bring the arms up over the head. And if you want to start with just one, that's fine. And what that does is when you bring your arms up, you automatically change the position of the rib cage and the scapula. So that keeps you more upright, engages your paraspinals. So we're going to do basically what you're doing is like a snow angel. So I'm going to start, I'm going to come up, and I'm going to take that leg out to the side, take my arms over my head, and I'm going to step down. And I'm going to step, kick it out, bring it down. Take a step, bring it up, bring it down. Again, lateral hip, and you're going to feel that. You may feel it in the loading side as well, and if you want to do it in a constant loading, that's perfectly fine. In other words, just leave this on here and then lift, drop it down, and lift. You can do it either way, but again, just working on lateral hip, appropriate lateral hip engagement. Then the next one we're going to do is bringing that posterior chain, the glutes in particular. The glutes are supposed to be the strongest muscle in the torso, that and the paraspinals. For most of you, those are extremely weak. They don't even function. So what we're going to do, and again, if you need to put your hands somewhere, do so. You're going to lift, you're going to step and load, and then you're going to take that leg to the back. Now, if you notice, my leg's not bent. As soon as I bend the knee, I lose the demand in the glute. My fulcrum point, my primary mover, is my glute to bring that leg to the back. So a lot of you, when you shut down the hips, now these don't function, and you're using your legs to shuffle along. You've got to get this involved. It'll make it much easier, much stronger, more stable, all the above. So what you're going to do, and I would suggest that you go slow on these, you're going to step, and if you want to get your bearings first, that's fine. Then lift that other leg, in this case left, to the back. It's not about range right now. This is about educating the glutes to do their job. And step, and again, if you want to do 2 steps on, 2 steps off, you can. If you want a constant load, you can. Depending on what you feel like doing, whatever you feel like is easiest for you, because these are not going to be easy for most of you. So you're going to step, and you're going to bring it to the back. All right, and if you notice, my right foot is forward, but so is my left hand. This is gait pattern, all right? So I'm going to step down. So I'm going to step, I'm going to bring that leg to the back, and then step down. Step, lift. And if you notice, the position of my back foot is facing straight down. It's not turned out. And the other thing that a lot of you will have to pay attention to is when you go to the back, don't cross over midline. That puts your hips in rotation. That right there, if I keep that foot in line with my hip, is right where it belongs. You can see that from this angle. So you're going to step, and you're going to take that leg to the back. This is another good position to put your arms in, because this takes you upright, opens your chest, keeps your head up, recenters you. So you're going to step, lift that leg to the back, and drop it down. You can alternate, but again, I would recommend that you get your form and technique first. You're going to feel the loading. Again, balance, step down, head up, chest up. Lift the chest, because as soon as you lift the chest, you're going to feel the muscles on your back engage, which again is postural and core. So you're going to lift, and again, if you need to stop, get your bearings, and then take it back, you can. Just again, make sure the hips stay forward, the toe faces straight down, and that you keep that back foot in line with your, in this case, the right hip. So that gives you some more, a little more advanced things to do with the loading. Get your heart rate up a little bit. Again, postural, a lot of core work, a little anaerobic work, so good luck. Again, form and technique matter, so don't compromise on that. Have fun.